Hello again, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Game Pass Grab Bag, your weekly podcast reviewing games of the Game Pass collection. Bring you three unique perspectives from various skill range. I am the archaeologist of this episode, Andrew. With me, the one who can never keep track of time, Keith. And with us, the one who would easily get lost to a dig site, Liz.
Hey guys.
And this week, we had a listener request. So thank you so much, Beak Nasty, for recommending that we play Rise of the Tomb Raider by Crystal Dynamics. Rise of the Tomb Raider is a third-person action Metroidvania game where you are playing Lara Croft, this is now the second game of the trilogy. And we played the first one in our first year of this podcast, what was that, Liz? You looked it up?
February 26, 2019 is when it aired.
I can't believe we haven't picked up these games since. But so when he recommended that we check out Tomb Raider, I was like, you know what? It's actually been a very long time, so let's do this. But yeah, this is the second game in Lara Croft's story of after the first game where she crashes on an island and discovers that there's mysteries going on. You know, she starts to become the Tomb Raider. But quick shout out to our sponsor, Magic Mind, for this episode. Thank you so much, Magic Mind. Go to magicmind.com/GameP and use our promo code GameP20. But let's get into this. Liz, you loved the first one. I think this was probably the first game you absolutely loved in this podcast. And so when
I think so. Yeah, I was really excited to play this. I actually really loved the first one. And wasn't this game you weren't gonna have me record?
No. Oh yes, yeah.
And I was like, wait, you're playing that without me?
Yeah. Well, if you're on our video or you see the video, Liz is very pregnant, so she will probably be out for a little bit.
Oh
so
yeah.
This was going to be the start of it.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, and I'll be here next week too, I think, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a game. I really enjoyed it. The first one, just for reference, I gave it a 93. Andrew, you gave the Tomb Raider that we played the first time, which it just called Tomb Raider Definitive Edition?
No. Yes.
You gave it a 9, and Keith only gave it a 7. This is back when we didn't have really good scoring. We didn't say Game or Pass. And we talked about, is it worth the price tag? Different times. Yeah, so definitely a game for me. And I mean, I have so many things to say. I'm just going to give it a game.
Man, so I think it's funny that you heard this go because spoiler, it's kind of leading to now. Yeah, this is a definite game. We also were going to have a guest on this episode too, who really loved these games. And I remember when I was talking about that, we were going to play this. Me and her, we played all of them, and we both were trying to figure out what the story was because I beat this game a long time ago, and they all kind of blend together, which is kind of a good and a bad thing. It's the only thing, like, this game doesn't have a great story. It's fine, but when you actually like look at it and pull it apart, there's so many plot holes in it and stuff. But you're not here for the story, you're here for the gameplay. It is a ton of fun, and it's just an adventure, and it's a great adventure. So this is a definite game. But if you're only going to play one of them, my answer is you could play any of them. There's 3 of them: Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed because I didn't finish it because
you were very close.
Oh, was I?
No, the first one, yes. You're like an hour away from finishing.
Oh, no, this one.
This one?
This week.
No, this
because
one, you're probably about halfway.
I wanted to do everything. I wanted to find the tombs. I wanted to do all the looting. I wanted to do everything. And so I asked you the ending, and you couldn't remember. And then I Googled it, and I kept getting different answers. And I'm like, what is going on here? So now I just don't know the ending. Thanks.
I mean, you could play and find out.
I know, but I knew I wasn't going to finish because I didn't want to rush it. You know, I know the probability of me going back to a game is very minimal. And then me going back to a game, finishing it, and then also doing way more after is like, I mean, come on.
Non-existent.
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever done that for a game since. No, wait, I think there was one. Maybe, yeah, Mass Effect 1. You beat it and actually started a new game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did.
But besides that,
yeah.
Unless you count Stardew Valley, but technically you were just playing that before the podcast.
Yeah, and there's no ending to Stardew, really. You just keep going.
But, yeah. So getting into the story of this, as I said, this is the sequel of Tomb Raider. The game takes place a couple of years right after. There's really not much context you need from the first one. This is also why I say, if you don't play the first one, like, you could play any of them. You could just play one of them. You could play all of them. Doesn't matter. All you really got to know is that Lara as a character is just more stronger. And the first one, she's just thrown into a mess and she has to learn and adapt. But this time around, you can see that her demeanor has changed.
She walks into that mess knowing.
Yeah, but this time she's prepared. She actually brings some tools, but not all the tools.
Is she prepared?
This is one of the plot holes I had. When you play the tutorial, it's in the Syrian desert. She has guns and a bunch of other stuff, and she knows she's fighting this organization. But then when you play the real game and she's climbing a mountain, she's like, I'm only bringing a pickaxe. And I was like, where's the preparation that you had in the Syrian desert? What the heck?
And can we also, this really bothered me the entire time. So there are times when she doesn't have a jacket on because, she's been caught and stuff. And you're like going through freezing water. You're jumping into water off of like bridges that are falling apart. She would have died of hypothermia 1,000 times over. It's like snowing. It's freezing. There's ice. And it's like, oh no, she's fine. She doesn't need fire.
Well, that was my issue with the first one. The first one, like, there were so many scripted scenes of her, like, slamming on her back, like, getting smashed by things. And, like, she would have to, like, splint her arms and stuff like that. But then a few seconds later, she's like, I'm fine. And I remember the first one, it more bothered me than the first one. This one, I agree. It is mostly just like, yeah, you probably would have froze to death by now. But that's about it. Like, this one at least was a little more realistic. It wasn't like she was getting stabbed or shot or crushed every 5 minutes like she was in the first one.
That's true. But I mean, it just looked so cold, and it's really hot where we live. And I was like, you know what? I could go for some snow. I also thought it was weird too at the beginning. So she is doing this journey with, I believe it was Jonah.
Yep.
And you get separated and that's it. And so you're like, oh, that's not my companion. So then you meet Jacob. And you're just like, you see him, then you don't, and you see him, then you don't. You keep finding each other. But one thing I thought was interesting. So she's betrayed. You find out that somebody betrayed her.
Spoilers.
Immediately after, I didn't say who. Immediately after, she's in prison and she's getting out. And these guys are monsters. They like literally stick their thumbs in people's eyes. That was disgusting, by the way. And she knows that they're just like murdering innocent people. And she's like, she doesn't want to free Jacob. She's like, I'm not feeling very trusting right now. And it's
I thought that was a weird scene.
That was dumb.
She knows that there's natives in the area. She knows that they're torturing and murdering the natives.
Forcing them to work the mines.
Yeah. And this one guy's like, please help me. And she's like, I don't know. Like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird. Oh, I never really got the actual synopsis of the story.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, makes sense. So, you're getting a little bit of flashbacks of Lara as her as a child. Her dad, of course, was an archaeologist. And there was a thing he was always looking for called the divine source that could give humanity the gift of immortality. And he was so close to discovering it. But he has a mysterious death that might have been suicide, but looks very suspicious. So, Lara basically has been committing her mission to prove that her dad was right, that he wasn't crazy, because everyone didn't believe him, called him a nut job, and that he was just making all this stuff up. But she finally found it. But of course, there's this evil organization, because any good archaeologist action movie has an evil organization. And of course, it has a very typical evil organization name of Trinity. But yeah, this company literally doesn't do any work. They literally just keep following her and snooping on her, and she leads them to places. Like, when do you think she would finally beef up her security? Literally, like, at the beginning of the game, there's like 3 times when they're like, yeah, you showed us where to go. And she keeps doing it.
Well, she paid someone to bring her to that first location. Yep. And then they went behind her back and told Trinity, who had been following her.
But they also snuck in her apartment at the beginning and saw the stuff. And then,
she's got a lot of money.
Yeah. And then when she finds the tomb, she's like, "Hey, it's not here; it's somewhere else." And it ends up giving them a book that shows them the location. And it's just like, man, girl, like the people, like you need to have a little more security here. Like these people literally just keep following your footsteps. But yeah, this is the other thing too. I remember growing up, like with Indiana Jones, I always thought archaeologist was like the coolest job ever. And then same with Tomb Raider here. And then I was like, you know what? And always these movies always paint him as like super famous and rich. Can you name a single archaeologist?
Isn't Bandit from Bluey an archaeologist?
I was more going for a real one, but I guess
okay.
you're
no,
right.
No, I wasn't. I did not mean that to answer your question.
Okay.
It literally just came to my mind, and I was like, "Wait, isn't that his profession?"
It is.
Yeah, you're right. They did make it look so cool. I remember doing this like field trip, when I was little. And you had like the brushes and stuff. It was like pretend, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was it looks so cool.
And that's the only thing too. Like, yeah, every once in a while you hear of maybe someone digging up dinosaur bones, but it's not like there's a lot of ancient civilizations that are being discovered anymore. As far as I know. I'm not obviously in the huge archaeologists network. I don't know if people are just making these great discoveries, but as far as the generic news go, I'm not hearing a lot.
I feel like there's a lot of things that shouldn't be discovered. Like, you talk about like, not you.
I talk about it all the time.
I've seen articles where it's like, oh, this is like supposedly cursed and they found it in Egypt and stuff. And it's just like, no, I wouldn't want to touch it. And also like she risked her life a bazillion times over for this secret, whatever. And it's just like, does it really matter that much? Like you're climbing that mountain in the cold, having people like shooting bullets at you. I understand like wanting to clear her father's name or whatever, but if it was just when he was doing it, it was just about him wanting to know, and it's just like, I don't think anything would be that important for me to discover.
I know. Is your dead father's reputation that important?
Yeah,
well, the main thing, she wants to get this divine source to give immortality to humanity, which is a bad idea.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what are you going to do with it? Like, you're going to get the knowledge, and then what? It's going to be used in a horrible way.
Yeah, it's not like, hey, everyone in the world's going to be immortal. It's like, no, instantly the super rich elite are going to steal it for themselves and kill anyone who gets near it. Like
overpopulation.
Yeah, what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, there's really nothing good that can come from that.
But this is what I mean with this game's story has so many plot holes in it. The other thing too that always makes me laugh, like when I'm playing this game, like you're in the Siberian mountains. Did they ever say the mountains? I don't think they ever did. You're in Siberia.
I remember it's in the town Kitesh or something.
Kitesh is the made-up city that you're trying to discover. But anyway, you're in this old Siberian mountain. You find you keep finding ancient civilization stuff. Mongolian, Byzantine, Greek, mostly Russian. Old CCCP Russian mining camp that was here. But everything's dilapidated. There's not a path anywhere. You have to climb, jump, swing everywhere. But somehow, miraculously, none of the bad guys are doing these things, but the bad guys are everywhere.
They have helicopters.
But you don't see the helicopters. Well, not always.
You see a lot of helicopters.
What about when they're in caves? You're in caves and it's collapsing and there's like no path and there's bad guys everywhere. And like, to me, I just kept laughing. I'm like, is there actually like elevators and stairs somewhere that everyone's taking, but Lara Croft here is just like being extra and just deciding to climb everywhere while everyone else is just taking the stairs and the door that's right next door.
She took a rock climbing class.
And
just
like wants
really
to show
trying
off her
to
skills.
improve her. Yeah.
Well, everyone else is just taking stairs and doors. But it's like stuff like that. But I mean, obviously it's a video game. You obviously forget those kind of things. But it just kind of makes me laugh. But and that's the other thing too. What language does Lara speak? You would assume English?
English.
So why does everyone speak English? You go to Syria, speaking English. All of Trinity, they speak English. You go to a Siberian mountain where you find natives that have never been in the outside world. They speak English. Oh, these natives too were originally from Constantinople in Syria, and yet they speak English. And then, and at the beginning, you can't translate like a lot of the Greek or Mongolian languages, but as she reads, she can now speak it and can read Russian. Did you ever think about that?
That bothers me in a lot of movies, TV shows, video games. They don't really explain it. They just make it easier for the viewer.
I know.
I actually kind of like it on like a TV show when like the subtitles come up and they're actually speaking another language.
Yeah.
They're trying to keep something private away from like people around them.
But I mean, it also builds atmosphere.
Yeah.
But once again, this is a very minor nitpick.
You get so
I don't mark
deep
points
into
on
these
it.
things. Yeah, when I play a video game, I just take it for what it is.
And that's what I'm saying. It's a video game. But it was one of the things that was just making me laugh. Where I'm like, how convenient that everyone here speaks English, and yet Lara somehow can read Russian, even though she doesn't speak Russian.
Yeah, I like that she just found the monument and she's like, oh, now I understand it.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm just
understand
like,
Russian now.
I'm terrible at learning languages.
Forget
I would love
Duolingo.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, so the story is so generic, but it's not bad.
I think the cutscenes actually made it good though. Like I felt like there was a perfect amount of cutscenes, and then it was kind of like with Hellblade, where sometimes I was like, wait, am I going? Is it my turn? Obviously, I think Hellblade did a better job making it look more fluid, but there were times where I was just like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be running now. And I eventually did catch on. But yeah, I think that cutscenes actually made it more interesting. And same with like when you're finding the relics and you're finding out what happened to like the miners back in the day and stuff. And I actually wanted to listen to those. And I feel like, when it comes to storytelling, if I'm not like just hitting B and skipping those, then it actually is pretty interesting. And which it's so weird. And this goes into like music and stuff. But one of the voice actors for the relics sounded just like Jax Teller's dad in Sons of Anarchy. I couldn't get out of my head. I couldn't find anything if it was him or not.
You didn't look it up?
But I was like, I did, but he didn't come up. But also, like, I didn't know the name of like the narrator. But it was really weird and trippy because I kept thinking of SOA the entire time.
Oh, with the cutscenes, I do agree with you. Like, so the story overall isn't great, but the cutscenes, like, what's good about this is it's just the journey. Like, even though I wasn't crazy invested in these characters, it was still it felt like an Indiana Jones movie, like how it's just it's very bombastic and just explosions. And like you have these characters that are just trying to fight to get together and just try to fight, obviously, this evil organization. And yeah, it's not a story that's going to, I'm going to think about months down the road, but it's just fun. Like that is just, the story itself is even fun.
I think though that Lara and Jacob actually had like a cute chemistry going. I thought their banter was really cute.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure like, honestly, it was like, are they going to end up together? And I just really liked them as like a dynamic duo, working together. So I actually was invested. And when he was
I'd want her and Jonah.
What?
I would want her and Jonah.
I mean, that too. I liked him as well. But I just liked it when she had like a companion with her. Because I just thought like the banter and stuff made it more interesting.
But the other point you brought up about the relics and discovering the history, I hated the random relics. You find a pill bottle and it's like, oh, investigate the pill bottle and you'll get more dialogue. And she would always be like, oh, it's a pill bottle from this time in history. And the hidden dialogue is like, oh, somebody used it recently or something like that. It's irrelevant. It did nothing for the story.
Yeah.
It's not like I learned, like it would have been more interesting.
Sword, yeah, different things.
Yeah, it would have been more interesting if they actually did more history lessons, actual like real history lessons. But instead it was always just like unnecessary dialogue of just like, oh yeah, it's chipped. Yeah, I see it's chipped. What does that have to do with anything?
No, I agree with that. One of my favorite things about this game, and I wish more games did it, is they had the survival instincts where you hit a button and it shows everything that you can interact with. This is because you don't have to use it. Like you look like you're about to say something negative. You don't have to use it. You don't have to hit that button. But for someone like me who's unobservant, who would just walk by a mural It was fantastic.
No, okay, I do agree. It's awesome because right after I was playing this, I started playing another game, and I was actually clicking the button hoping to get it, and I was like, "Oh, it's the wrong game."
And even like you can upgrade it to. I think when you can upgrade it to view the traps, or is that just automatically there?
That's if you do a optional tomb, you get that.
Oh yeah, so I got that so I can see traps, and it's also like loot. It's the bottles that could because you can craft like shrapnel grenades and Molotov cock. Is that what it's called? Yeah, all those different things. Which I
should have said no and see how you would have changed it.
What?
I should have said no. See how you would have changed Molotov.
I can't tell you how many times I threw something without actually making it into.
Okay. Oh, in the game. For a second, I was like, you throw Molotov cocktails?
No,
I thought you were saying
no.
like in real life for a second.
Because you have to hold like right bumper or something in order to make it into the grenade or into.
So you like, take this, bad guys. Here comes a grenade. You just throw an empty can at them.
That happened so many times. It was embarrassing, and it was not the game. It was 100% me, and I know it was me. But I actually found them.
I wish I saw that.
Really helpful. And oh my gosh, there was one time that I took a break from the game and I went back and it was right in the middle of a fight scene. And I forgot that I had just gotten another gun. And so I was like, I have no bullets. Like I just have to use my bow. And I had like, it was like fully loaded. I had all the ammo I could possibly have for that other gun. And I was so mad because I did die like a time or two. But that's the thing, like with the combat, it's so nice that you have stuff around you in the environment that you're like, oh, I'm just going to make this grenade. You have your bow, you have pistol, there's different guns that you have. And I just thought that was great. And then you also use your weapons to interact with things, like pulling things down, attaching one rope to another rope.
Well, I want to go back about the survival vision that you talked about.
Yeah.
The thing that stinks about it, I'm assuming, I think everyone's like this. You're just constantly clicking that button. You click the right stick, and it's just click, click, click.
I mean,
click, click.
I was doing that.
I am too, because you don't want to miss the loot.
You have to wait a couple seconds.
If you don't use that vision, it can be very hard to see things. So it's just kind of annoying. Like, I mean, I'm literally in the middle of a fight, and I'm still click, 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 click.
Well, I found that the grabbing like the X button, so with like fallen enemies and things like that, I found it a bit wonky, and I actually would think that I picked something up and I didn't. So whenever I looted an area, I would always check, and like 99% of the time, like I didn't pick up from an enemy, like loot their bodies. And so for me, like that was a little annoying. There were times where I was trying to grab something and it would just go the tiniest bit off. So I felt like that could use some improving.
Yeah.
Did you find that too, or is it just me? I found it quite a bit with me. Like I actually was like,
it might have happened to me, but clearly not enough because I'm having a hard time thinking about it.
Yeah,
so
like even getting the X to come up to actually prompt me for like looting the bodies. Which I just got well, I didn't just get it, but I got the ability where you can put traps on bodies. But I haven't been in a situation where I thought it would actually benefit me. Like I didn't see anybody coming by and being like, "Oh, there's a body." It's like I killed everybody and I'm moving on. So I'm excited to actually use that.
Which is also kind of funny that you're mentioning this. One of the early dialogues when you meet one of the natives, she's like, "You killed those men," and Lara responds of, "I killed them to survive." It's like, but now you're making booby traps on dead bodies. Like you're not surviving now. You're just kind of like being a masochist and murdering people in grotesque ways. And
no, no, because you know that they're going to kill you and they're gonna kill the native people and stuff. Like you know that they're monsters. I don't see it that way. I think for her it's kill or be killed. And they have all the preparation that she does not have. She doesn't have helicopters. She doesn't have an army of people behind her. She's got to do what she's got to do. I 100% am for that. I think she should do it more often.
You're pro murder.
It's not murder. They're trying to kill her. It's self-defense.
Don't get me wrong. I do agree with you because, like you said, at one point, one of the bad guys gouges somebody's eyes out with his thumbs, which I don't understand. Like when movies or games, anyone makes an evil organization. Like what henchman stays with this organization? If I saw my boss murder my coworker by gouging out his eyes with his thumbs, I would be like, why am I here?
I think he just blinded him.
He did, but still. The guy failed. Like, it wasn't even a bad failure. The guy's like, oh, we just met some resistance. And the boss responded by blinding the guy. It's like it wasn't his fault that there's natives here and he had resistance. Well, I don't know. But either way, I never understand why bad guys stick with organizations.
He's clearly not right in the head. I mean, he likes to kill people. He said it in like the one of the cutscenes, yeah. The documents that you find and stuff. Like, he's definitely like sick in the head. But everybody that is doing it must be too. Because, I mean, killing innocent people. So, I mean, maybe that's why they're like, oh, if I move my way up, I can do that too.
I also, for more of that killing.
Gameplay-wise, wanted to mention that I loved how easy it was to craft ammo, like, on the go. Especially, like, I don't know, I didn't do it with bullets, but I know with the arrows and stuff, it's really easy. It's really easy to heal, switch weapons. It felt very intuitive. And some games, they just make it so complicated. And I felt like this game did a great job with that.
I mean, the only thing that kind of stinks, I was never short on ammo or anything. Were you?
No, but I played on, I don't know if it was the easiest difficulty or the second, but I played on easier difficulty.
I played like the second hardest. But it's like,
oh yeah, because I there's so many plants and like the mushrooms and stuff, and I'm like I'm full. I don't need them.
I'm kind of. Do you think this game would be better if it was more survival based?
A little bit, because I mean, even with like the hypothermia aspect and stuff, I feel like they could have, not that I like this in games, but they could have added like making a fire. Because I mean, you're collecting wood and stuff anyways, but it's the same with like the animals. Like, you're getting the hides to improve your equipment and stuff. But
no meat.
But
no
I
food.
just felt like I didn't need it. Yeah, those wolves were annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like it could have had more of a survival element, but at the same time, I don't really like having to worry about that. So
I know, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, it's like, do I want to have to feed
game.
her and keep her alive? Like, I don't know.
But it'd be cool if they had a hardcore mode and you had to do that. That'd be a very different game, and I feel like that'd be kind of a fun replay.
Yeah. I also think too, like, with the hunting of the animals and stuff, that kind of surprised me. I don't know why. I was obviously very bad at it. But
there's so many animals too.
I know.
I love a war's going on and there's just bunnies and deers everywhere.
Well, I was also confused too, because so you have like the pickaxe things, and you can't use those in combat, right?
Yeah, again.
I could not figure out. I could, like, at the beginning I tried doing melee. I could not figure it out.
Press B to dodge, Y to melee.
Oh, yeah. See, like, I guess I wasn't paying attention. But anyways, you get a knife later on. There were times where I would get cornered and I'd be like, crap, they're too close for me to use my bow. But then I got the guns and stuff. But
oh my gosh. That reminds me, this is another plot hole thing that also irritated me.
Oh, geez.
So when you start the game, obviously you lose some of your equipment, and so you have to craft a bow. So you basically have a bow and your pickaxes. Right away, you're fighting guys with guns. Why didn't you pick up their guns? There's no reason.
I thought that too.
You have to wait till you find a gun on a counter somewhere to be like, this gun is now mine. It's like and same with the knife. Like, I bet the dozens of guys that you've already killed, one of them had a knife on them. Like, why did you have to wait? Probably 4 or 5 hours into the game till you finally got the knife. And it's just like, you could have got a knife from somebody. You could have crafted a knife way earlier.
Yeah, it took a long time. Well, I wanted to ask you, I mean, they weren't like crazy puzzles, but there were like a couple puzzles.
The puzzle tombs.
Yeah. And also like throughout like just like the main story of like figuring out like, oh, I need to like hike this up and then cut the rope. And what did you think of them? Do you think they were too easy? Did you like them?
I love the puzzle tombs. They are a ton of fun. They're not very tricky either, but they're just fun. Like, they're not even so much puzzles as they more are about observation.
Yeah.
And so that's why I never thought they were too hard. They were cool.
I like that it kind of like broke up the game a little
Yeah.
bit, and you could do however much you wanted, and then go back to the game. Same with like the one thing though. There was one area where for the life of me I could not get this relic, and it was on something that was swinging, and it was driving me nuts. Like it was on my map, and then I Googled it, and it turned out that I didn't have the equipment yet.
Yep.
So I didn't realize like you had to go back eventually, which I mean, the rest
That's what
sites.
Metroidvania is.
Yeah, which I didn't realize that. So like with the fires, you can go back to other areas and stuff. But I was so annoyed at how much time I spent on it. And then I was like, "See, this is why Liz uses YouTube videos. I would have saved so much time."
But yeah, no, the puzzle tombs are a lot of fun. Like I said, they're mostly just about focus. And if you're like me, sometimes you can have a hard time focusing. So thank you so much to our wonderful sponsor, Magic Mind, who introducing me to their product, Magic Mind. Magic Mind is a 2-ounce shot mental performance booster where, you know, you can take it with your coffee. You can take it even without your coffee. It just has it helps you focus. It helps you stay alert, and it helps you beat procrastination. I've been working third shift recently. I am always tired. I'm always drinking coffee. And if you are like me and you drink a lot of coffee, the thing that is awful about coffee is if you don't drink coffee, you feel miserable.
That is very true.
I get very grumpy too. But the great thing with Magic Mind is that you do not feel dependent on it. I've been taking it out for a month, and there's some days where I'm like, you know what? I don't have anything to do today. I'm just going to the park with my daughter. I don't think I'm going to take my Magic Mind today. And guess what? I felt fine. No headache, no crash, no like jitteriness or any like sort of, I don't know, like unnecessary side effects of not taking it. It's great. So if there's a day where I feel like, oh, I need to get a lot done, I have a lot on my task, boom, take my Magic Mind. It's just 2 ounces. You can drink it super quick. And I usually feel it within an hour. Within an hour, I'm bopping around and doing all my stuff. And they're fun.
Those are the days that I should write you a list of things to do. Like if I see you take your Magic Mind, I'm like, ooh.
Never mind. But follow-up story. Last week when we talked about how I've been having game night, I have one person who is always all over the place. It can never focus. I gave him a Magic Mind, and he actually won. He actually beat me in Catan. So no thanks for that. Magic Mind made me lose Catan for the first time to him. But yeah, if you are interested, Magic Mind, go to magicmind.com/GameP and use our promo code GameP20 to get 48% off a subscription or 20% off your first time purchase. For all our international listeners too, they ship to over 65 countries. But I guarantee you will like this product because I've been enjoying it so much. Magic Mind guarantees it because they offer a 100% refund for the first 100 days if you do not like it. But I promise you will because I've been loving this product. So thank you so much, Magic Mind. Anyway, but yeah, the puzzle tombs, Liz. Do you remember they had them in the first one as well?
I do remember them in the first one.
But a lot of the things you're talking about, this is what it did happen all the time. But usually if you went to, like you said, that relic that you couldn't get, usually if you went up to it, it'd be like, hey, you don't have the equipment yet. Come back later.
I did hear her say that like quite a few times, but not at that one particular thing that I was trying to get. But I also find that very helpful with the game. I appreciated that.
Yeah, this game can have a lot of backtracking. That's what this game really is like a perfect you game because you love to loot. And there are so many trinkets and collectibles and things to explore.
I think the perfect amount because
Yeah.
you're not really, I mean, you're crafting, but you're not doing a ton of crafting. I love when you get the parts or like you're learning how to make a gun. Or you get you get a component.
You get components, yeah.
Yeah. And that's always fun because you're like, oh, I just need one more for that one. But some of them are like pretty hidden. Like you really got to pay attention.
Yeah, like so that's the thing. So this playthrough, I'm playing on a harder difficulty. I actually was ignoring a lot of the side stuff. I did 2 or 3 of the optional puzzle tombs, and I still was doing fine. That's what I like. I hate when a game is like, oh yeah, there's side quests, but if you don't do the side quests, you're going to be way leveled, under-equipped. You're just going to have a really hard time. So it's like, well, at that point, they're not even side quests. They're mandatory because, you know, I have to do them. That kind of defeats the purpose of the name side quest. But in this, it actually is. Like some of the abilities are obviously very useful, but it wasn't making me struggle at all.
Oh, what was I going to say?
I don't know what were you going to say.
Oh, I was going to say something, but then something else popped into my head at the same time.
So that's why I like going around and like if I see some loot and I'm like, oh yeah, there's a hidden door there. Maybe I'll bust it open and get some stuff. But I'm not Liz. Liz likes to spend 2 hours in a little area to make sure she got every single coin and trinket.
The thing is, though, I enjoy it, and that's the whole point.
That is true. That's the point of a game. So. You're doing it right, Liz.
I remember what I was going to say, which is it's off topic. I don't know why I thought of it. But I also struggled, which you made fun of me because I told you I died at the beginning during the tutorial. The platforming, there were times where I was like, oh, I'm like in the rhythm. Like there are these scenes where you like things are falling apart and you have to jump.
Oh, yeah, they're like chase scenes. Yeah, there's a couple of them.
Yeah, and there's sometimes where I do really well. And then every once in a while I'd get to a section, whether it was that or just like a regular platforming sequence, and I would struggle. And it 100% me. It's not the game. You helped me with one of the things too.
Oh yeah, the bear. The bear. The first time you lost him, you instantly was just like, I don't want to see her die again. And I was like, okay.
Do you know what it is? No, that's not my fault. The first Tomb Raider that we watched, the death scenes were way more graphic.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And so for me, I was like, maybe it's just tame because, you know.
No, I think they took the feedback because the first one was so graphic. There's one death I always remember. It's one of those chase scenes where you're going down a river.
Yes,
and
I
there's
was
a
thinking
spike
the same thing.
that literally goes up under her chin, like out of her mouth. And a normal game would be like, oh yeah, you died, instantly stop. No, the game goes for like another 5 to 8 seconds of you watching her slowly die, and it's like, why did they put this in here? So I think they took the feedback, and on this one, it's way less graphic. There was one,
or maybe they investigated the person that was in charge of that.
They had one really crazy employee.
Yeah.
It's just like, get out of here, Rob. But no, I still had a couple relatively graphic scenes, but at least, like I said, at least the camera didn't stick to her for like 8 seconds watching her slowly die. So I appreciate that. But yeah, so they definitely toned it down, which is good. Yeah, those chase scenes, usually when you die, your character just goes, and just boom, loads you into, restarts it.
It's worse when like there are sometimes if you like die in battle or if you, I don't like drowning deaths. I died probably every way that you can. So I saw it
all of them.
Yes, and it was
within the first 30 minutes.
Much better than the first. So
you were getting so icked out.
Yeah, that actually really bothered me with the first. That was probably my biggest complaint.
I will admit it. It was weird that they did that. I'm assuming it's to kind of like rub salt in the wound that you let this character die, and we are now going to make you watch her suffer. Like this is what you did.
It just made me think that they hired a sicko. That's what I always think.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not against you, Liz. I think it was odd.
They could tone it down even more, and I'd probably be happier. So I definitely don't think they need to show her getting eaten by wolves. Happened once.
I didn't see that because even the bear just like swiped you, and your character went
No, the wolves go for your throat. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay, yeah. Well, I did have one spike go through her neck. But once again, it was a quick boom load. Like it wasn't making me watch it. So thank you for that, Crystal Dynamic, for toning that down at least a little bit.
Plus 1 point.
But at least, yeah, like, so as far as the combat goes, though, so you liked finding all the stuff like that you could craft, but did you actually like the combat? I know in the first one, I think we complained about the enemy variety. Did you notice much difference in this one?
With enemy variety, I didn't really pay attention with this game. I mean, there were, obviously you had people up above throwing grenades at you. You had people sneaking around trying to get to you that way. But I didn't really notice a big difference in the variety. I did enjoy the combat. So yeah, I mean, did you?
No, the enemy variety still kind of meh, which is fine. It's for the most part, you're just fighting generic dudes, and then slowly they get body armor, and slowly they get helmets, and then you have to break that, and then, there's the shield, flamethrower guy. There's just a couple, but it's fine. I love the combat. I'm with you. The combat's very fluid, enemies are throwing grenades at you. Like, this isn't like Gears of War where it's just like, hey, you're stuck on one wall, you're going to camp here, slowly pick off the enemies, next area. No, things are constantly going. Enemies are charging you, they're flanking you, they're throwing grenades at you. You got to move. Like, and it works really well.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. It wasn't too brutal. In combat, I'm playing, like I said, on a harder difficulty. I think I died twice. And I think it was one segment. Yeah, it was the flamethrower guy. He kind of messed me up. But besides that, it's easy. Like, not easy, but it's very fun. People get in range. You can actually have a perfect dodge, and then finish it up with a melee attack, which Liz apparently didn't know about. But it's okay.
Well, is that one of the things that you select? Because you get these
You always
skill
have a dodge,
points.
but you can get a skill
Yes.
point to do a counter.
Yeah.
Follow up
Which
and instantly take 'em out.
I never go for those skill points. I know my weaknesses. I know what I'm good at, what I'm bad at.
That's good.
I loved the skill points. I actually really enjoyed picking those. But I did not go that direction, I tell you. But I did learn the hard way that dodging is very important.
Yep.
Especially where I am now. I feel like at the beginning, not so much. But yeah, then they really start chucking those grenades at you. I actually found myself really enjoying the bow. Like, even more than the guns. Which
Love
is
a
weird.
bow in a game.
Yeah, especially because, like, there were times where I would kill someone and nobody would notice. And I would be able to knock out a couple guys before then everybody starts shooting at me. And there's nothing like that. Like, when you're actually doing, like, the sneaking and stuff and it's going well. But there are, of course, times where I shot someone and it was just like the wrong moment and somebody saw, kind of thing. So, yeah, I think that was my favorite weapon. Obviously, with the guns and stuff, sometimes it's just easier to blast. But fun-wise, I'd say the bow.
Yeah. Like I said, whatever reason in a video game, if it has a bow, I'm like, yeah. In reality, it's probably not the most practical weapon to be bringing into, like, a war scenario. But actually... Well, I always thought that, but I actually saw a YouTube video of, like, different arrowheads a bows can have that can actually pierce a riot shield. And I was like, no, I didn't even think, like, bullets could do that, but there's actually arrowheads that can actually do that. So maybe you could bring it into war. But yeah, the bow is just a ton of fun. The guns are fine. You have the same types of guns in the first one. You have the pistol, you have some type of machine gun, and some type of shotgun. You of course can have, like, different variations of them. You want, like, a slower shooting revolver or a faster machine pistol. So you can kind of mix up the gameplay with it, but at the end of the day, you're just blasting dudes. So that's the bow and arrow. Oh my gosh. I forgot too. The poison arrow is the most super effective.
I know, and I stopped using it after the beginning.
Oh, because most people don't have gas mask. So every once in a while you get a big beefy guy in armor and I'm just like, gas, you're dead. That was easy.
Ah, man, I never... wait, I always forgot how to switch the type of arrow.
Yeah.
In
right
combat.
trigger and then right bumper. When you get fire arrows, you press up on the D pad to select them.
Oh, you hit it twice?
Yes.
Like to get to the bow and arrow and then to get to
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why I didn't use it, because I knew that they were there, but I was like, oh, maybe I'll just use them when I run out of arrows, regular arrows, but then I never did.
But so let's get a little bit into the voice dialogue here. I like the voice acting. I just have one complaint though.
Okay.
And that's Lara Croft.
What about, is it the accent? Is it?
It's the lack of emotion. 90% of the game she's
Yeah.
talking like, oh yes, we should go. This is from the Byzantine Empire where I should investigate. Even when she's like getting tortured and beaten, her emotions only go up slightly. To me, I think this was just so much more obvious after we just played Hellblade, and that game is just full of various emotions and drama. And this, like, to me, I always felt like she was like talking to like a puppy or a dog or something like that. Like this kind of, you know, people always have these weird voices when they talk to children or something. Mm-hmm. To me, that's what it always sounded like. Like a girl shot an arrow at her and she's like, "You're my enemy." She's like, "No, I swear I'm not your enemy." It's like, I feel like I would have a bit more emotion going on here, trying to convince this lady.
I 100% agree, and I did think that when I was playing that I was like, she's kind of lacking some emotion right now.
Yeah.
But also some people, that's just the way that they talk. So voice acting wise, I mean, it could just be that's just the way. Like, I mean,
I feel like most people, she's seeing people getting murdered. I feel like you would start to get angry and be like, I need to kill these people and avenge these people that are being tortured. But she's just kind of like, oh no.
No, I agree. And I also think that, what was that? The woman's name, Sophia?
Yeah.
That was, she was so trigger happy. She just really wanted to kill Lara.
She just wanted to blast
and
people.
she kept saying, like, I'm not the bad guy. You just saw me kill a bunch of bad guys. And she still was just like, I'm going to shoot you. And it's just like, you're kind of a little off too. But
I don't blame her though. If you have the gift of immortality and you have somebody being like, oh no, I just want to share it. It's like, no, I probably wouldn't trust him either.
Spoiler.
What? What did I spoil? We talked about that. That's the whole purpose of her journey, is to find the gift of immortality.
Oh, I thought you meant a different. Never mind. Well, you don't know that she has it.
I was waiting for Liz to be like, just drop the biggest spoiler there.
I know. I was about to. But yeah, I agree with the voice acting. I did overall like the audio though. Oh, hi Keith.
Hey.
Hey.
Look at that.
My kids don't abide by deadlines, so I apologize.
Keith has his shirt. I forgot. You guys wore your shirts. I didn't wear my shirt today.
Yeah. That's a fail.
But welcome, Keith. Tell
Hey.
us, was Tomb Raider a game or pass for you?
It was better than I thought it was going to be. I don't remember what I gave the original Tomb Raider, but I don't think I
Yes.
liked it very much.
Guess what do you think you gave it? Liz wrote it down.
72.
Well, okay. Well,
Back in the day,
Yeah.
we just
I
scored
see.
however we wanted. So
Yeah,
you
this
and
was-
Andrew did it by
10-point system.
yeah. So you did a
Oh.
7. So you pretty much. I mean, rounding. That's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really have a thing going on.
We
Yeah.
didn't have a gamer pass back then.
Yeah, but I don't remember really caring for the first one, so I wasn't going to be on this episode.
Yeah, but our guest dropped out.
And so I didn't. I don't know. I think it's a pretty beatable game. But all that to say, I maybe the first 25% of the game or so, and I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to, because I remember there being more aspects that, and probably you guys have talked about this already, but I feel like there's more things to this gameplay that weren't in the other one, like more RPG type of elements with like
No.
skill building and stuff. No, You
Skill
did
building
that?
was in the first one.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't remember any of that. But I also played this on easy, so I kind of just went with a no cares given approach. I wasn't going to try and give myself a challenge. I was just kind of get through as much as I could, and so that probably helped a little bit, because I think I was just enjoying more of the like quick play events and like kind of traversal than the actual combat.
You didn't like the combat? That's why we just finished that. Of like, I thought the combat's fast and fluid. That's what I loved about it.
I didn't have any issues with it directly. Again, I didn't play through a ton of the overall gameplay, so maybe it fits that I'm only going to show up for about 25% of the episode. But from what I experienced, I didn't have any issues with the gameplay, and maybe I would have struggled with it in terms of difficulty a little bit more if I had played on the normal difficulty, but it wasn't so much that I disliked it. I really was having more fun with like the traversal and stuff.
This is completely off topic, and I hear what you're saying, Keith. I just want to say I heard crickets. I don't know if it's our end or your
That's
end,
Keith.
but I love hearing crickets. Oh, especially at
Awesome.
nighttime. Oh,
All summer long. They live
yeah.
outside our house here.
Yeah, we have them too, and during the day we've been getting the cicadas, and very loud birds. But yeah, it's something about nighttime when you hear those crickets.
So relaxing.
Yeah.
Better than rain.
Oh, imagine if it was rain and crickets at the same time.
They usually don't go at the same time.
I know, but that's why I said imagine.
But yeah, also with the voice acting though, well, this is also kind of an annoying thing with the story. We mentioned before that Jonah isn't there at the beginning, and then it's just like he just pieces out. But I love that they had this emotional story element at the beginning, where like she's constantly moving, and he's like, Lara, like you need to do this, like you need to stop moving so much. You would realize that you have people that love you if only you stop for 5 seconds. So I think that was like him trying to confess his feelings to her. And then she's like, oh man, maybe you're right. And then instantly ditches him anyway. Like he still
"Okay,
disappears at the
bye."
beginning. Yeah, she's like, don't follow me anymore. Just go home.
I also
Like,
like
alright.
that you. So when you talk about this game, you go from like Lara to Laura, and why is Lara so hard to say?
I don't know. Because I feel like an uncommon name.
I know, but it just like it is like harder to say. It's weird.
Lara.
Doesn't
I don't
roll
know.
off the tongue as well.
Yeah. But I gotta say, as far as the other voice acting go, I liked. I think it's weird. The villains had more depth of emotions than Lara did.
Yeah, I found the main antagonist. I looked up. I forget.
Constantine.
I thought it was pronounced something like a little different, but it's spelled like
Constantine.
Constantine. Oh, it is Constantine.
It's spelled different.
I thought he was really interesting. Oh my gosh, Daisy just tickled my foot. Yeah, I'm very scatterbrained now. I like it hit 9:30 and I'm like, woo.
She took a magic mind.
I know. I didn't take a magic mind. But yeah, I found his character really interesting. And I really want to know more of his backstory too. Because it's weird how he seems to have genuine feelings or like emotions towards a character that I can't say because it's a spoiler. But
Like incesty. I was getting little incest vibes that were kind of
well, when
weird.
he said, I thought he did say sister, but I thought it was like
Yeah, that's
sister
sister.
of Trinity.
No, I'm pretty sure they're brother and sister.
Okay, so Constantine's the bad guy, right?
They were,
Yes.
yeah, they were a little too nice to each other then.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
mean,
get-
they never kissed, but they definitely are a little close.
I know, but they gave more romantic vibes
Yeah.
to me than a brother and a sister.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was like what they just called each other in Trinity. But yeah, oh, that makes it weird. Never mind. Scratch that.
Gross now. Well, it's not like this character was improving for you.
Me is the bad guy.
I know.
So I said earlier that I had trouble finding out the ending because it kept saying different things online. But I was like, usually at the end of a video game, you know, the bad guy dies. I have no idea if he dies. That's not a spoiler. But I'm like, I wonder how they would kill him in this game. Because, you know, these games can get pretty graphic. I'm like, how would he die? Do you remember? Or do you remember if he dies?
I'm pretty sure. Once again, I can't remember if I am blending the second or the third. I remember the boss in the first one. The first one, you're in like a storm on top of the mountain. That one I remember. But I think it's this one because in the third one, you fight with a bunch of like indigenous cannibal people that are good.
That are good?
Yeah.
Cannibals that are good.
They might have not been cannibals, but it was implied that they're kind of crazy.
Crazy and cannibals are two very different things.
Are they?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Not to justify it, I always thought cannibalism typically went more in hand with like, it's not like they killed their own and just anybody who came along. It was like enemies, typically. Not that that makes it really much better, but like, I don't know, it's like,
Also, if you
You're gonna
eat
kill a
somebody
deer.
alive versus, you know.
well, you know, I don't know. I guess it's like if you're gonna go hunting to kill an animal, don't just, you know, take the horns and leave it. You know, if you're gonna kill it, use the whole thing. So if you're gonna
Yeah, I
kill
know
a
that's
person, use the whole thing. I don't know.
that was usually the thought process of like indigenous tribes. I heard was their thought was killing and eating someone as you're gaining their strength.
Well, that too.
Why are we getting onto
More like
cannibalism?
gaining
I don't know.
You're
You brought up
crazy.
cannibalism. I was
But
just-
what do you keep going more into this?
It was just the only thing I know about cannibalism.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, graphically, this game is, like, it can be a little much with the death scenes. And now you're bringing cannibals
I think
into
it's
it.
from what I remember. There's a crash. I'll just edit this out for the audio. Yeah, and it explodes too.
Well, yeah. I mean, naturally, as helicopters do when they crash.
That's what I think.
What about graphics? What did you guys think?
This game is, to me, impressive. I liked it.
Yes and no.
The teeth.
The like people are fine, and overall, if you just kind of look at it, it's fine. But the details are hot garbage. Like the water, the snow, like the way that your tracks are made in the snow. It's just kind of like a scatter of nonsensical sort of in the path you're going. It doesn't look good, and that to me, I'm like, it almost ruins all of the other good graphics. But otherwise, I do think it's good graphically. The eyes are fine, the teeth are fine.
The only thing that irritated me is Lara's hair is always immaculate.
You know, that's a weird thing about like not to get into a whole subtangent of people getting mad about like female characters in video games not being hot enough and stuff like that. I don't want my characters to be overly attractive. Like, they're saving the world. They don't need to also be the most attractive person in the world. That's too many things. Like, pick a lane, stick to it. If I'm going to be a fashion game, then yes, make them attractive. But give me a normal, everyday, ugly person.
The fashion
like me.
games we play.
Yeah, make it an everyday, ugly person like me that's saving the world. Feels more realistic that way.
Also talk about how impractical her hair is.
That's what I was talking about.
Well, because
it's always in a ponytail.
No, but I mean, it doesn't show it in the game, but that would be constantly in her face and her eyes. Like her hair is like partially like too short.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fit in the ponytail. That would be awful in windy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Siberia,
another fun little thing is for fun little added detail, when she gets out of the water, she does this little like thing where she dries out her hair.
Yep.
Oh, cool. You know, that's semi-realistic. Like, you have long hair, you probably do something along those lines. Except if you go in the water up to your ankles and then walk back out, she still does that as though, you know.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. And, and that's what I'm saying. It's little things like that I'm like, it takes these really good graphics that they have, and it's like, kind of janky.
I don't know. I had no issues with the environments, because that's the thing too. For a game like this, I feel like you can't have hyper realistic environment graphics, because like that's kind of the whole point. Is like there's so much traversal in this game, and if everything just looks like generic trees and stuff, I feel like it'd be so hard to navigate this game.
I'm not talking about the trees. I'm talking about, like, did you see how bad the water is? And I know we sometimes talk about, like, we're a little bit spoiled because the game is like Sea of Thieves.
This game came out in 2019 too.
I thought it was 2015.
No, this one's 2019.
2019
First one was 2015.
is not a year that I'm like, oh, they didn't have technology figured out by then. It's bad.
Oh, it is 2015. You're right, Liz.
Okay, that's slightly better, but again, Sea of Thieves was 2016, and they got it from Forza Horizon, which was 2014, 2015. So it's like, it's not like the technology wasn't capable to make a decent looking thing. I get what you're saying in terms of the trees and the rocks and all of that to match for traversal purposes.
Feel like, I mean,
Sea of Thieves
like
was 2018.
you said before with 2018 Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Water is such a big part of Sea of Thieves, though. And so for me, when there's a game where water isn't really like, I mean, obviously she falls into the water a lot, but there's so many components, and so like you have like the tombs, you have it nighttime, daytime, you have so many different elements going into it graphically, and also like the people and stuff versus like Sea of Thieves where they're more like cartoony. I just feel like I kind of give games a bit more grace when they graphically they're way more complex, but I also like never really look at the water. I feel like that's something that you guys always can tell right away if a game has good water graphics. I just like I never think to look. I mean, I believe you, but yeah, I just didn't notice it. But I noticed that you guys mentioned that with a lot of games, and I'm like, I need to start paying attention to that,
because I feel like we have, like as Keith said, gotten so jaded with water.
Well, and it's a weird nitpicky thing, and I think
it is.
It kind of shows. I think it shows some of the finer details, because it's something that kind of gets overlooked, and two, I think it is something that's a little more difficult to do. I mean, I suppose it is, but I just, yeah, there's aspects of it that it just looks very like crystal-y, as it's just like shards falling, and I'm just like,
yeah.
And the physics of the water is also really weird,
A little wonky, yeah.
but ultimately it all kind of goes into, it works for the gameplay, because like you said, the traversal, like yes, it doesn't make sense that I have to unleash water from here, and the water is constantly coming from up there, but that's not flooding the cavern anymore. But so we'll ignore that. But the point is, I had to hit that switch so I could go to the next part of the level. That's why it matters.
Very video game.
Yeah, it really is, and in a way, I think that's a little bit perfect Tomb Raider. Like, does Tomb Raider kind of almost make fun of itself a little bit in that way? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think so.
I
think it just knows what it is what I kind of more get.
That's probably more what it is. But I guess in some senses, I think they like take themselves lightly for it. Like, they don't try to hide things, I guess.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's the same as, like, the story and stuff. Like, this is a very typical... Like, when you watch Indiana Jones, like, they're just a fun popcorn kind of movie. Yeah, it's full of plot holes and stuff that doesn't make sense. But, I mean, that's... At the end of the day, like, that's not... It's not meant to be hyper-realistic. It's meant to just be fun. It's meant to be entertainment, and that's what it is. So that's why I don't think it's making fun of itself. I think it just knows what it is.
Which, I feel like that's not really, like, a big genre for, like, movies, video games, like, the whole... Indiana Jones, Lara Croft. Like, there really aren't a crazy amount coming out.
No.
But people love them.
Spelunky.
Well, they try to do PlayStation's... Oh, my gosh. Trying to blank on his singing name. Nathan Drake? But what was its name of it?
Uncharted.
Thank you, Keith. They try to start it up because Uncharted is essentially kind of the same thing of another kind of archaeologist. But that movie did not do well. So I don't think that series is continuing. Or at least the TV series.
Oh, I wanted to bring up something that I was very proud of. It's an achievement.
Oh, the one you texted me?
Yes, I texted Andrew. I was like, they made an achievement for me. It was like kill somebody or a certain amount of people by shooting them in the leg.
I mean, well, I said the achievement should have said crotch.
Yes. But I just like, my aiming is can be quite terrible. And I was like, I'm glad that they had an achievement for that. Because there's somebody who has to work for that. Not me. Not me. I got that without even looking at... I didn't look at the achievements.
The achievements aren't that great.
Yeah, and surprisingly, there's 2,250 gamer score that you can get out of 143 achievements.
Yeah, because there's expansions.
Andrew, 675 with 46 achievements. Keith, 65 with 7 achievements. And I'm at 120 with 13 achievements. So, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, there's 2 expansions. One of them, I think, is just mostly a time attack stuff. I do not care for time attack or score attack trial stuff. Like, I played that in Resident Evil 2, and I was like when they do the mercenary modes and stuff like that, I don't care to do them. I don't have time to try to beat a high score of shooting people in the head. So, yeah, there's a handful of achievements, too, that are just really hard. Like, kill 5 enemies with 1 gas grenade. At most, you usually see a group of 3. So it's really hard to gather up 5 people. I've been trying to do it this play around, and I can't get it. It's annoying. But, so the achievements are fine.
So do you get more Do you get more enemies if you are, like, playing on the higher difficulties?
I'm not noticing it. I'm playing on a harder difficulty, and I'm not noticing a more increase in enemies.
I feel like those are the types of achievements. There's like one specific spot they want you to do it.
Yeah, usually. But yeah, so as far as achievement hunters go, I probably wouldn't recommend this game. Time to beat, you're looking at about 13 hours. So it's a relatively hefty game, but like I said, I've mostly been just beelining it and not doing the optional stuff. And I'm pretty sure I'm about halfway through, and I've put 4 or 5 hours. Well, granted, this is my second playthrough as well.
I put a lot more time into it this week with Andrew, and I am...
You're not as far as me.
Nope. And yeah, so you can make this a very hefty game if you want. So
yeah, but the great thing, like I said, there is a lot of collectibles, and thank you, Crystal Dynamics, for making a great map. The map isn't like super detailed. Like obviously there's hidden paths and stuff, but you at least see icons, and it even tells you, hey, you got 2 out of the 3 relics in this area. And like you can even see on the map, hey, there's a relic somewhere over here. Like, thank you. I hate when a game has you collect things and they don't help you out. That's just frustrating. But yeah, let's get into our final thoughts here. So, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Very similar thoughts of the first one. I did not realize, this game only came out 2 years after the first one. So they clearly were working on this at the same time. But yeah, it's a fun. This game is just fun. It's very fun. Combat's great. Traversal's fun. Story's nothing to write home about, but it's still just a fun kind of popcorn flick kind of movie, like how it plays out. There's a lot of collectibles. The shooting's fast and fluid. The environment's pretty nice. It's really cold, snowy tundra area. But yeah, if you're just looking for like, this is just a fun change of pace. It's weird. Like these third-person action games I feel like are kind of going away. The most recent one was like Horizon on PlayStation, but even then, like, I don't know. This isn't much of a genre anymore. So definitely check it out. If you want to pick any of them, like I said, you could literally pick any of them or all of them. They all kind of blend in together. The first one is a bit more linear, still pretty open. This one has a bit more exploration. The third one is a way more kind of open world-ish. But for the most part, they all play about the same, so you can't go wrong with any of them. I'm going to give it the same thing I gave, I guess, the first one, which was 90, which Liz said at the beginning. Yeah, this is a fun game.
Man, you really love these. I don't know. Maybe I've changed a little bit, because I do feel as though I enjoyed my time with Rise of the Tomb Raider more than, was it just Tomb Raider the first one we played?
Just Tomb Raider.
So I think there's maybe some attributable to my own change of things, but still, nothing really got me excited about it. Overall, I had fun with it. I think that there's, it's kind of mindless fun in a lot of ways. I don't think there's anything that really hinders you from playing on the easiest difficulty, save maybe a couple achievements, and I don't even remember if it has difficulty-based achievements. So, I don't know, if you're like me and you want to just have it for really more mindless fun, just play it on the easy mode, and you get plenty of ammo. Enemies aren't too hard, because, well, I agree with Andrew. It's pretty snappy and quick. The fighting, I don't think it feels like it does anything special. I wasn't here for a lot of that part, but overall, I think it I don't know. There wasn't anything like, wow, this is new and exciting. But I liked all of the collecting stuff, and I liked all that. One note about the voice acting that I didn't point out, and I don't know if you guys did it at all. I hated the little voiceovers for the scrolls and stuff you would find. It just felt like someone was reading it to me from a museum. It was just a flat, dry voice, like reading these dialogues when you'd get like the translations to help improve the languages.
I liked them.
I mean, I liked it because I didn't have to read.
But the voice was so terrible. It was monotone. It was like reading these like letters and things, and there's just no emotion behind them.
I talked about the monotone, like Lara. She was mostly monotone.
I think some of the voice actors for the documents and the relics and stuff were better than others. Because there's quite a few, right?
Yeah, there's a lot.
I didn't listen to a lot of them because I thought it was always the same voice. It seemed like for the few I listened to, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, they changed.
No, at the beginning it's the same one over and over again, and then it changes because you like find stuff in the mines from like the 60s and.
Okay. Well, maybe that's a little better because I stopped giving them a chance because I was sick of listening to that boring guy's voice at the beginning. So, anyways, that was just my one other complaint. But as far as an overall score, I think I'll go higher than my last time, but I'm gonna still stick with a 77. Feels like a good score for me.
Okay. And
I think I said a game.
I was gonna ask that, like, a kind of a game.
Yeah, but overall a game, I'll say.
Okay. And then I'm gonna give it. I gave the last one a 93. I'm gonna give this one a 94.
Whoa.
There's still some like little nitpicky things, but this is my jam. I love this type of game. And I was actually looking back at like some of the scores. Like Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, I gave a 93. But for me, it's like it's not only about like the amazing graphics or like or the story. It's like it's also just like the fun factor, you know. And this for me, some weeks I don't want a game, and this week I was like, kids in bed. I'm gonna get my little protein shake, and I am gonna play the game.
I gave you 2 weeks to play this game too. I
know, and I didn't utilize the first week as much because I just wanted to do.
You wanted to watch Will Trent.
Yeah, and but our fourth and silent co-host is back. Did you see the score?
No.
Okay, you guys want?
I assume 0.
I'm guessing he probably would give this one a 1.
3.
Oh,
He did.
because I think the first Tomb Raider actually rated it decent too.
He did the review in 2021.
Oh, it's not indie, so that usually gets it at least a point or two.
And he liked the. I think he said like the French voice actors were good, and whenever that happens, it's not a 0.
Yeah.
So,
Those are big factors for him. Big factors.
yeah.
You know, you guys talked about like the gore of the game, and I think the other Tomb Raider was like this. It's very bizarre because it's not gory at all, but the death scenes are wildly horrific without gore.
We talked about that they're less horrific in this one.
Yeah.
Well, but it's just in the sense of like there was the first chase sequence with the bear. It didn't give me the prompt to keep attacking him, so I stopped thinking it was going to a cutscene, and then he just bit my head. And if a giant grizzly bear just bit somebody's head, I would expect it to be a lot gorier than it was, but at the same time, it was very shocking because I was not expecting.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it makes you think, like, with all those videos of people going up to bears in the wild, being like, oh, I want a picture. And you're just like, no, bears are terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't understand that.
I saw a grizzly bear in captivity, 1,300 pounds, and this thing was laying on its stomach, and it just took a coconut under its palm and just on its stomach, laying down. It wasn't standing. It didn't, nope. If that was your skull, it's no more a skull. So I don't mess with bears. It's the same reason I don't get horses. They're cool animals from a distance. I don't want to ride one. I don't want to be near them.
Yeah, they're intimidating.
Dangerous animals. And people
It's
are just
pure
like,
muscle.
oh, go ahead, Billy. Go run up to the horse. And they'll just send their kids to go running out of this giant 700-pound death machine.
Even
that we
its
used to
even its
take into
jaws.
battles.
Yeah.
They eat live animals. There's videos of them just walking along, picking up and eating chickens. Like little chicken, like little baby chickens. Not
Oh,
not
yeah, I
kidding.
saw that. Yeah, I've seen
Horses
that.
are nuts, and people do not give them. They have no fear of horses, and I don't understand it.
And it's very expensive to have
Oh, yeah.
a horseback riding hobby. My friend Kelly has been doing it since she was young. And yeah. And then, I mean, the famous actor, was it Christopher Reeves, that
yeah.
was paralyzed? I mean, people die from horses. I'm not all the time, but I mean, they can kill you pretty easy.
Well, I remember even growing up, like going to the Topsfield Fair, they have the ox poles. Like, ox, too, are, like, gargantuan. Like, thank God they're just docile animals, because, like, if these creatures revolted, like, I feel like we would be screwed. These things are massive.
Well,
It's like,
same
I
with
would not mess with that thing.
pigs. I don't know if it's true, but remember that story going around for ages about someone who, like, had, like, a medical episode, like a stroke or something, and they collapsed and their pig ate them?
Oh, yeah, no, that happens.
Yeah.
but no, pigs can be, I mean, pigs literally would eat anything.
Yeah, but
Like,
people
that's why you
like are
literally-
like, yeah, and I have a pet pig that lives in my house, and I'm just like, it would eat you.
Well, cats do, too. There's been numerous reports of cats eating their owners.
And dogs.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
any
wait
animal.
till you die.
Why do we keep getting these weird conversations? We're into cannibalism. We're talking about animals.
So,
So-
just don't die alone in your house, and your animals won't eat you.
I like we're having this discussion too when our dog's been like staring at us.
Is she still in here?
No, she just left now.
She was trying so hard to get to you.
Oh.
They're on to me.
I
She
know.
is like, can I just say real quick that, like, so I grew up with cats, love cats, and I love dogs, but I don't know if it's just our dog, Andrew. Maybe you can answer this because you had dogs growing up. Is our dog just extra dumb? And I don't mean that in a mean way, but I'm like, I cannot tell you how many times, like, I'm walking down the stairs and she just barrels into me. Like, you have the entire
No,
other
that's
side.
a
of
dog. That's just a generic dog.
Oh, she's just.
I've had dumber dogs.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I try so hard to be patient with her, and I love her so much, but there are just times where I'm just like, can you just...
All right.
She can't.
Well, let's wrap it up here. Thank you again so much to our wonderful sponsor, MagicMind, for sponsoring this episode. Go to magicmind.com/GameP. Use our promo code GameP20 for your discount. Thank you, MagicMind. I've been your hardcore gamer host, Andrew. You can find me on Xbox Live at Firebird01952. Thank you so much, Beak Nasty, for recommending that we play this game. So, Keith, you got to give a review here for our listener. It's been a while. We've been slacking on listener requests. I'm very sorry, people. We've been very busy, but we're going to try to start getting into them again. But if you have any game suggestions, you can go to GamePassGrabBag.com. It'll bring you to our link tree. Join our Discord. Join us for our live recordings. Or just talk to us about video games. Me and Keith are on there all the time. Thank you so much to our Patreon members. Nerd Talk Plus, Squid Kill, PTS Daddy. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Go check out our Patreon. We have some episodes on there. We're going to try to get some more up there soon. We've just been very busy. We're going to be even more busy. But anyway, Keith.
I've been here. I made it. And Big Nasty, long time-ish listener, I believe.
Yep.
So, immediate bonus points there. I liked this more than the last Tomb Raider, even if it wasn't by much. 94.5.
84?
94.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought 90 was the lowest.
Oh, no. It is, but...
The only person you put lowest.
Where is Donnie? We can get Donnie back on this show.
We do.
I gotta rate him lower on something again.
And I'm LizNoob, gamertag.com, and I'm Dean, and I'm on Twitter and Instagram at LizNoob. Noob is EW.
All right, everyone. We love you all. We'll see you again next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.